Things just got really bad for Sam Altman. This could be the end of OpenAI as we know it. Elon Musk just dragged Sam Altman and OpenAI into a courtroom, and he wants OpenAI pushed back towards a non-profit, Sam Altman and Greg Brockman removed from leadership, and about 150 billion in damages. So Elon Musk, he's not asking for much, is he? His issue is, according to him, Sam sold him a vision but built another one entirely. He got filthy rich in the process and now is creating this lawsuit that could drag the company's internal decisions into the public view. The interesting part is this case could end up exposing how one of the most powerful AI companies on earth really operates. But this trial is about something deeper, which I'll get into later. The people fighting in this case are fighting over the future infrastructure of intelligence. It is a window into how power is being organized around a technology that may shape your work, your tools, your education, your media, and even your economy. OpenAI at the center of this case helped kick off the current consumer AI boom. The outcome of this fight could affect OpenAI's structure, its leadership, public image, and maybe even how future AI companies explain themselves to regulators, investors, and the public in general going forward. So to start from the beginning, back in 2015, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and a couple others launched OpenAI as a non-profit. The pitch was build advanced AI for the benefit of humanity and not just for shareholders and a closed, powerful network of insiders. But Musk says that is the vision he bought into and helped to fund to the tune of 38 million in early funding. But then, according to Musk, the story completely changed. OpenAI later created a for-profit arm, partnered deeply with Microsoft, and grew into one of the most valuable private companies in the world. Musk's argument basically is, hold on, I signed up for a mission-driven non-profit trying to help humanity. I didn't sign up to build a wealth machine for Sam Altman and his friends. But let's be real, what exactly did Elon expect? Did he realistically think OpenAI would remain solely a not-for-profit arm? Elon has enough experience and intellect to know it wouldn't. If OpenAI from the outset expected to create this groundbreaking company with groundbreaking AIs with the ability to change entire economies, Elon would have immediately saw dollar signs. Sam Altman's responses, Elon's claims are nonsense, and that he already knew discussions about a profit-orientated structure were happening years ago, that his money was a tax-deductible donation to the non-profit rather than some sort of ownership stake, and that the whole lawsuit is really about jealousy, regret, and competition now that Musk has his own AI company in XAI. But why is Elon doing this? I mean, he got his tax deduction from his donation. OpenAI has clearly been an innovative company just like Elon wanted. It's not like Elon was a shareholder that could tell OpenAI exactly what they should do. Elon has his own company, so why doesn't he simply adopt OpenAI's original mission statement of being for the benefit of humanity and non-profit? Well, it could be for personal reasons.
He's accusing them of having broken the company's founding charter by transforming it into a for-profit business.
Altman cannot be trusted. He inverted the mission of OpenAI from a non-profit open-source AI company to a closed-source maximum-profit AI company. Deception.
Altman and co. reject the accusations, claiming that Musk, who left OpenAI in 2018 and went on to create his own rival artificial intelligence company, is essentially taking a dig at the competition.
The truth is that this case has always been about Elon generating more power and more money for what he wants. His lawsuit remains nothing more than a harassment campaign that's driven by ego, jealousy, and a desire to slow down a competitor.
Musk's relationship with Sam Altman, it soured around 2017, where Musk became frustrated with OpenAI's progress and made an unsuccessful attempt to gain more control of the company. He then left OpenAI's board in 2018, but OpenAI says that during those years, Musk was involved in discussions over restructuring and even wanted to be the CEO of the company. So Elon Musk has not been honest or forthright from the get-go. Both sides are basically claiming the other or accusing the other of having the wrong motives from early on. But the difference is, Musk's version is, I helped start this company for the public good, and then they stole the charity. OpenAI's version is, you wanted control and now you're trying to kneecap a competitor. So when you see things from those two different perspectives, it's not just a legal disagreement or maybe even a legal disagreement at all. It's more like a Silicon Valley blood feud where where everyone's got ties on. So do I think Elon Musk is some sort of pure-hearted guardian angel who is just trying to create this humongous non-profit AI? Come on, let's be serious. This is also the guy who now owns XAI, which directly competes in the same arena as OpenAI, and I think this plays a huge part in his antics. But OpenAI argues he's just trying to undermine a rival, which I'm pretty much in agreement with, but I don't think that's all of it. And when we take time to reflect, there's been so many times where Elon Musk has put profiteering before the well-being of his employees, before the public in general. I mean, just to name a few, he hates unions. He's in US appeal court in 2023. It upheld a finding that Musk violated federal labor laws in 2018 via a tweet implying Tesla workers could lose their options if they decided to create a union. And when we look at his other company, SpaceX, there's been plenty of times where he hasn't taken workers' safety into account or even considered it in a real way. It's been documented at least 600 previously unreported injuries at SpaceX have gone unreported, and there's been employees saying Musk's speed-driven culture contributed to safety problems. This is evidence that ambitious output and deadlines can outrun worker welfare, and Elon Musk is fine with that. And just to name one more, we can look at Elon's sort of his political spending and the influence he's tried to get over the years. Musk secretly funded a conservative non-profit years before publicly endorsing Trump, with donations amounting to millions. This is an example of deploying wealth for political influence rather than broadly shared civic benefit. So I find it hard to believe that Elon Musk has done a 180 and is solely concerned with AI being a force for the public good that doesn't need to make any profits for whatever endeavors he's involved in. I mean, if that's the case, again, why doesn't he make XAI free? But here's why this is landing at the absolute worst time for OpenAI. OpenAI is not some obscure small research lab anymore. It's become a giant worth more than 850 billion. And it may be gearing up for a possible IPO that could value it at $1 trillion. It's been reported that OpenAI reworked its structure last fall into a public benefit corporation where the non-profit still holds a stake. So this trial is showing up at the exact moment the company wants to look unstoppable, mature, investable, and let's be honest, untouchable. Instead, you've got jurors now, like in Oakland, going through internal documents, the documents getting dragged into the public view, executives expected to be on the stand, and headlines being broadcast across the world. The company leading AI boom is still being accused by one of its co-founders of betraying its original mission, which is, of course, terrible optics. Now, here's the part you shouldn't miss. The case is not just about whether Elon deserves money back or whether Sam Altman was fair to him. That's a huge part of it, but not everything. The deeper version is that this case is about whether AI governance means anything once the money involved becomes large enough. It's over whether the biggest AI companies can still claim the moral language of public benefit while operating at war speed inside one of the most aggressive money races in modern tech. That's the real story. Because everybody says they want safe AI. Everybody says they want AI to help humanity. Everyone says they're building the AIs for the public good. Cool. But then tens of billions starts flying around. Microsoft comes in. Valuations go into the stratosphere. And then once IPOs get thrown around, suddenly, none of these companies care so much about the public benefit, and the not-for-profit story does not exist. And to be fair, OpenAI's defense, it's not crazy on the face of things. They say for the profit structure, it was necessary to raise insane amount of capital needed to compete and build the systems that are required for AI. And that is a real argument. You can't run frontier AI on vibes and charity bake sale money. These companies burn through staggering sums on chips, the data set, and all the compute needed. Now, Reuters notes OpenAI is spending billions on computational resources, and that is exactly why the money question actually matters a lot. But nonetheless, Musk's side is still basically saying, fine, raise the money you need if you must, but don't act like I signed up for one thing when you were building another thing. And that's why this case has teeth. And if Musk can prove he was generally sold one mission and got something materially different, that's a huge problem for OpenAI. The reality is OpenAI has spent years benefiting from the halo of, we're doing this for humanity. It's only been the past couple of years that it's become clear AI is solely about its money. And the transition from a not-for-profit company to a company wanting to make profit to a company company trying to maximize profit with its expensive API cores, its expensive pro-tier membership. It's been crafty how it's done it, and this gives credence to Elon's grievances. Nonetheless, I wasn't born yesterday, and I find it impossible to believe the richest man in the world in Elon Musk couldn't foresee the changes in OpenAI that have now unfolded and are coming into fruition from the start of his involvement. Elon does the things he does to make money. Simple. So let me know, what do you think? Is Elon exposing anything real here? Something real? Did Sam Altman and OpenAI actually drift from the mission they sold in the beginning to Elon? Or is this just a case of a furious ex-founder in Elon trying to slow down the company that got bigger without him? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And of course, press the like button below and subscribe. This trial is going to be messy. It's going to be revealing, and it might tell us a lot more about the AI business than any polished keynote ever will.